So here's a perfect scenario where you're replacing the speakers and this back panel support just falls right off because, well, this is a cheap press board cabinet. It's not a birch, high quality sounding and performing cabinet. So this just pulled right out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a toothpick for all you DIY wires at home. DIYers, so we're gonna pop it in there and break it off like so, and then we're gonna pop it in a second time and break off some there. There we go, just like so. Right, and then we're gonna pop it on in. Now, how are we gonna do this where I have one hand holding the camera? Well, you get the idea. So I'll see if I can do that. And I can't do this one. So I hand turned the screws. Now we're gonna pop mine into the drill, but we don't need to tighten them too terribly tight. We also don't want to knock the cabinet down either, because it's on a riser. Yeehaw! Those are bitchin' speakers, made in UK, accept no imitations. Not the Chinese, although I love the Chinese. They're great. Chinese rock. China rocks. Well, anyway, their speakers don't, but, well, how do I get my foot out of my mouth? All right, so let's tighten up this side here. Give it a little, get my hand out of the camera. There we go, okay. That's about all we need, because this is the support for the back panel. All right, groovy, thanks for watching. Have a rip-roaring rockin' day, happy Friday. It's probably Saturday for some. Maybe it's still Thursday for others. Also, this press board back panel screw hole is stripped, so we're gonna pop a piece of toothpick in there as well. Break it off right there at the end. Twist it, make sure it doesn't go into there like the other one. And then we'll give it a screw. Give it your best screw, baby. Yeah, and then we will commence to screw. These back plates, there's a bit of a design flaw. The holes are countersunk and then the screws are countersunk, and that's fine. But this piece is plastic. So what ends up happening is they end up cracking, and it causes the plastic to, because of the countersink, it causes the plastic to expand when you bear down on the screws. So the washers help prevent the screws from expanding the otherwise cracked and damaged plastic. So yeah, see, these are all cracked, but they're not expanding, which is cool. So you can tighten them, relatively tighter than snug, but pretty damn tight anyway, so as to not tight enough to, not too terribly tight to strip out the press board again. Once again, I mean, stuff flakes. You can see, you can see how this just kind of, makes a mess. It's press board. It flakes. It comes apart. You want a real cabinet? Get a real cabinet. So there. So the washers prevent the screws, the countersunk screws, from expanding the plastic, and the toothpicks allow for the screws to grab onto something once those press board holes are stripped. Let's face it, press board cabinets, they do serve a purpose. They don't sound too terribly great compared to like a Baltic birch, marine birch, any kind of birch. Yeah, so there it is. And there you go. Be well, be safe, play loud. Can you imagine a drum shell made with press board? Man, oh man.
Just